Thanks for checking out the latest Real Conversation from Oh My Talking Head, a production of No He Did Entertainment under the auspices of Cottrell Jones Multimedia, respectively and respectfully. You can find us most everywhere online at Oh My Talking Head. That's OHMYTALKINGHEAD at Oh No He Did ENT. That is OKNOWHEDIDENT and Cottrell Jones COTTRELLJONESMM. All of these are highly Googleable, I assure you. So please look us up and hook us up with a like, share, follow. Bonebreaker Studios. I'm in here. You're out there. Come on in. Let's get into a real conversation, shall we? And with whom am I speaking? The Tuscaloosa, Alabama born thoroughbred with smooth lines and tough flows that hit you upside your head. A style best described as blues meets bars from a delivered deliverer. More soulful than street nowadays, but more than enough of both, I assure you. Our guest is a bona fide rep, rep, rap vet in the game, known for spitting hot flames. Having relocated from the A state to Connecticut, my bro made a special trip to literally pull up the Bonebreaker Studios one more time to spend some time, drop off some rhymes for the OjonesMusicFest. Much respect and love to bro for that. So, fam, get ready and stay that way. Prepare yourselves for a real conversation with Holmes from the Capstone. D-Tone, welcome and thanks for coming, brother.
You work, man. Anytime, man. Anytime, man. You know how it is. Okay.
Absolutely, man. I'm really excited to get into this. I want to get into it like a meal. So first, we're gonna start out with some sweets and some snacks, just some little something to chew on and stuff like that.
All right, all right. I take that.
In a way, I got to give you your propers, man, and stuff. And I mean, I said it off camera, and none that I'm gonna say off camera, I won't say on. You got this Mr. Benjamin Button going on, sir. Still on swole, so they know not to try you. It might look cute, but it ain't sweet. So they know that. Even though the lady might try you, it's a
Yeah,
whole nother story. That's a whole nother risky
that's
story.
all right, though. That's all right, though. Yeah.
Now, a simple question for the haters, though, and one that might provide some wisdom for the rest of us who support and want to emulate. How
Mm.
do you do it, man? I mean, you truly, it's for real. You haven't aged. You still look fit. You still look strong. And as the years go on, that's something people really want to know. What's your secret to wellness?
Yeah, thanks, man. Really got no real secret, man. It just remaining to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Just living life, man. You know what I'm saying? You keep that joy coming in, and it'll turn you to something. I guess. You know.
Absolutely. So then
Mm.
live joyful and keep on living.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with that. Some real conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
So now that was your props. I wanted to give you props, and if you spilled any jewels, I'll go with that. So I'm gonna go with that. Live a happy life. Stay somewhere looking like D Tone. Good try. Now
Yeah.
we're gonna get some real conversation underway. Some people know, a lot of people probably won't, but that's what we're here for. First things first. How'd you get your start?
Uh, Actually, I was just out and about. I came to town to pick up some. Back in the day, everybody doing a little thing. They
Absolutely.
you know, doing a little street thing. So I met this dude, man. This dude KT. I met him and I was like in my teens. So he was telling me like he had a studio. So I'm like, what the hell is this nigga talking about a studio? We young niggas. So
Of course.
the nigga gave me his number, whatever, and I came through the holler at him because he said he do music. So I want to hear what he did. Just being curious. So I came to town one day to pick up a pack. So my plug was out of town. So I had to wait like about 2, 3 hours for the nigga to get back through. So I called the nigga KT up. He ended up going by there and he let me hear little work. Then he had some beats over there. So he was like, man, why don't you try to spit something, right? So I said, man, I don't fuck with this shit, but I ain't no writing something. and I went, I left there, went to the plug crib, got straight, went on out. So about 6, 7 months later, I'm at a pod on the UA. So I see the nigga KT, and I walked up to him, dapped the nigga up, talking to him and during the conversation. It was some white dude standing around. So he was like, "Yo, this D-Tone right here." So them niggas with the freaking out, oh shit, D-Tone. Oh, and I'm like, yo, who the fuck are these niggas? What these niggas? What these niggas on? You know what I'm saying? So he was like, hey, bro, no, no, no. I let him hear the music, man. I let him hear the song. I said, okay, word, word. So the song ended up circulating, around the little Tuscaloosa area, whatever. So that's how I really just heard my voice for the first time, lyrically.
Okay.
So from there on out, I was like, I'm still in the game, still doing what I do. So I ain't studying no music for real, I'm just handling business. So as time went by, I ended up doing this album called Franchise. We call it Franchise Boy, not the ones from Georgia or whatever, but our shit we call Franchise. Me, Cash, Murray Boy, Rita. It was just a little crew from out there in Cardo. So we did that album, and I was getting good reviews. So later in life, that's when all the fun stopped. I ended up getting busted. So while I'm in jail, I'm thinking like, nah, I ain't fucking with that shit. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. So by the time I got out, my partner hooked me up with this nigga Sam. My nigga Monk hooked me up with Sam. So when I met Sam, that's when we did Pitch Paper and Politics, and that was a real fire album. I put that out. It was local, but it's coming out again real soon. So from now on out, I just been going, man. But I'm saying it wasn't back to back to back. Like I'm saying, I'm just making a quick story because this over the years. You see what I'm saying? This was over the years.
Absolutely. I get
Yeah.
it, man. I mean, piss paper and politics. I think the people who know probably got the right intro then, and I'm
Mm.
really glad that you bringing that back out because there's some other people that need to get hit the same way that we got hit when you first dropped that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I much appreciate that. I mean, I know it ain't the only one, and I'm gonna say some of that for later, but that piss paper and politics that hooked me all these years later still.
All right, thank you, man. Shit.
Absolute, man.
Mhm.
Let me move on here. We're gonna get into some popcorn. Actually, no corn, but I'm gonna give you your props. So instead of pop props, years have gone by, as I said, and yet your sword is still sharp. So the next question is how you keep a sharp sword, keep that spark, keep that fire. Talk a little bit about your longevity. How you do that?
I mean, it ain't about what it's about. It's about if it's in you. You know what I'm saying? If it's in you, it's just there. You know, and I just like I don't know. I like the music, and plus you can get express yourself more. You know what I'm saying? You can talk to a wider variety of people. You see what I'm saying? And 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 most people going through the same thing, or done been through it, or gonna go through it. So I like to speak my mind over nice melodic beats. You know, so I guess I can't say how I keep it going, man. I guess it's just in me. Pause. You know,
You playing the pause game.
nah,
No,
it's just,
I
man,
get it. I get it. I think that part of longevity is with the people. Some people can extend that arc because they seem to be able to put a finger on the pulse of the people and then
mm-hmm.
kind of rock with them and they rock with them, So the people that last over time end up staying relevant in conversations, keep, staying in such, so to speak. I mean, staying in
Yeah,
touch, so to speak, with the
yeah,
people. That's the longevity. So I guess to your point, it's less of a skill that you would hone and it'd be something that's just left to you, as is
true.
the people continue to feel you over the years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Word. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Some real conversation right there. That's the tone right there. We need to hear more of that. Now, getting to some of this hypothetical psychiatric type of talk here and stuff like that. I
All right.
want whatever answers come to your mind and stuff. So it ain't no right and wrong answers. But this one of them questions that I'm gonna break into pieces and whatnot. So I'll hit you with a little something, you give me a little answer, I hit you with another piece of the question like that.
Mm.
This is a three-parter. I want you to imagine a situation where you having like an out of body experience. You detone. Can't nobody else be that. But let's say that you weren't. Let's say you observing you third person in a room. You walk into that room. What would be your impression of that person that we gonna call detone? You see detone walk in the room.
First of all, I'd be freaked out if I see me walk in the room. I'd be like, "Oh, that's crazy." But I've never thought of nothing like that though, man. No, never. It's like I don't know, man. I truthfully, man,
Yeah.
I don't even peep niggas, so I can't even put myself in that. In that, you know
Mm,
what I'm saying? I can't in the out of body. You know what I'm saying? The way I move, man, is like I'm in a spot, but I ain't in a spot. You know what I'm saying? I ain't
I
peeping all
feel
that.
you.
My mind be focused on asses and titties. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't for the I ain't for to be peeping no nigga like that. I'm just saying that's an intriguing question, but
I
I never
feel
just
you.
stopped and stepped back and looked at myself like that.
It,
Because I feel like that's kind of egotistical a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
let
Like a nigga,
me
I don't know. I don't know. It's just me, man. You know.
no, no. I think you stumbled on something because I'm thinking when you got into that mode of answer, it's like okay, let me flip it to where it's a question that you can answer like that, and you flipped it like that. Think about like you seen that movie American Gangster that Denzel was in
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Frank
yeah,
Lucas. You remember
yeah.
when he said he got schooled, by Bumpy Johnson, and he tried to pass a lesson off to other people. But one of
Mm,
the things I think it was Schweitel Okafor, he was telling his character, the loudest one in the room is the weakest. So
yeah,
it's like if you one of them people that's always trying to peep and see who the boss is, chances are you ain't the boss. If you're
yeah,
trying to find it in other people. If it's your nature to be observing other people walking into a room, well, that's your default behavior, and that's not bad. But I think your answer is like, I don't peep nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? So even if I step out of me, why would I be checking for, in your words, another nigga? What,
yeah.
what would I be doing that for? That ain't where my eyeballs
Nah.
are. Okay, now knowing that, and knowing also that, I'm like an academic and a nerd, I plan everything out. So I got two other questions. If the answers are similar and ditto, I ask your
Mhm.
forgiveness, sir. You know what I'm saying? Because I just prepared and you went a whole nother direction. So that's how conversation go. This is real conversation. But if somebody was to ask, you ain't checking, but somebody
Mm.
lean over and say, "Who is that? Who he think he is? Who was that? What might you, if you was in a position to tell somebody about D Tone, would you have anything to say to him, or you just let him whisper?"
I guess I just let her whisper, man. Cause hey,
Ah, yeah,
listen.
yeah,
Like they say, real recognize real. I mean, I live off that.
right,
So if if I'm in a room full of niggas, man, I'm gonna peep my area, see who around me, but I ain't just gonna be studying no nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I just ain't. I don't know. But if they were whispering and wanted to know about me, then I don't know why, but I would tell them that I keep it real with those who keep it real with me at all times. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I guess I'm just a stand-up individual. So
I think that like it wouldn't be in your nature, even as an out of body experience, to tell somebody about you. But as you've seen before, you even related it earlier. Other people talk about you. It kind of reminds me. I ain't putting you in his age category because I'm way older than you. But my dad used to always be like, if you like it, don't tell me, tell others. That kind of
okay,
thing. You know what I'm
all right,
saying?
that's a nice saying.
Exact. So that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
that same energy. Like you ain't checking for you sake. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna do mine. I'm gonna put 10 toes in the dirt and stand
Mhm.
solid on it. And then if I'm doing the right things, other people, that's conversation for them. Never
Yeah.
said, I'm just gonna shine regardless. You ain't gotta come back and tell me nothing. That's for other people. It
Yeah.
ain't in
Pretty
your
much.
nature, and that's all right.
Pretty much.
Absolute. Okay. I'm gonna move on because that's real conversation and you nailed it already. Now, I wanna let you know, and I told you before, I told y'all camera, that you are a hero of mine. Most artists that I admire are because what you call them, heroism requires stepping the stuff with courage. You got to step up. Every hero, whether they got superpowers, they super brave, they trained or not, qualified or not, they willing to step out there and do what need to be done or do what they want to do. Having that boldness and that courage, that makes you a hero. It's the only requirement. So now I want to know because it's a hero's journey that you on and you change over time. That
Hmm.
first time is pretty much ruled by fear and trepidation. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. But along the
Hmm.
way, when you get good enough, I got this, but it's still some things about that I got to keep chasing. And now either you got it, you done left it alone, and you looking back on it. So I want to tackle them three phases in your career. So still tell me first thing, when you stepped off day one, how did you step up day one into being D-Tone?
I mean, I was D-Tone before I stepped in front of Mike. You see what I'm saying?
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was just the point of me hearing my voice back that intrigued me more into going, you know. But I still can say I didn't know I thought I was, straight, I'm spitting. But as
Okay.
time went on, I'm still building, I'm still building, but I ain't knowing that my flow style is the way it is now. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
it took steps to get there. But the steps I was taking, I was like already advanced. You see what I'm saying? Like I was like I said, ahead of your time sometime, you know, and it takes time, to realize that you may be ahead of your time. You see what I'm saying? So I learned to be patient, which I'm patient anyway. I learned to be patient and just let things go gradually and not force it. You see what I'm saying?
Indeed. I wonder, throwing back to an earlier part of our conversation, when them fans that KT let listen, I guess they were pre-fans or whatever, but
Yeah,
when he
yeah.
let them boys listen, is it at that moment, when did you come up with the name D-Tone, or did you say like, I'm
Nah,
D-Tone
nah.
already?
I came up with the name.
Yeah.
I had my little crew, my little gang, whatever, little crew.
Oh, word. Okay.
My niggas out of Rosedale and Southside, Tuscaloosa talk. My niggas out of Rosedale and Southside. So I had my little crew. I named myself D-Tone in, cause in that town you have Marcus Wilson, Marcus Wells. You see what I'm saying? Marcus, all these Marcus W's. You see what I'm saying? So I want to, if I was gonna build a name, I'm gonna build a name for myself. You ain't gonna think of this nigga right here. You gonna know it's me. You see what I'm saying? So I came up with that name way before I touched the mic, just for not street recognition, but you gonna know it's me. You ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of Marcus W's in that town, especially in the area I was in. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if you build something, you build it for yourself. You ain't trying to build for the rest of these motherfuckers. That's all I'm trying to say.
Thanks.
I don't want them to get it mixed up. You see what I'm
No,
saying? 'Cause,
that I never knew that in all these years. So
mhm,
it wasn't like you didn't become an artist and say an artist needs a name. You were already D-Tone.
yeah, I was already D-Tone. Yeah,
Oh, word. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Hmm.
Huh. So now, if you saw the admiration of the people who've been listening to your tracks and you figure out what they really own was admiration, at that point, do you add like another feather to your cap? Or do you just say that, you know what, I'm still out here hustling, but I'm what is that any awakening when you hear that other people like what you've been doing on the mic?
The thing is, to this day, I ain't got a hat to put that fella on. You see what I'm saying?
Word.
I ain't got that hat yet to put that
Okay.
fella on.
Okay.
So, and even when I do get that hat, I still might put in my mind, I ain't got that hat right now. so I can
So
get better and better and better and better and better if that's possible. You see what I'm saying?
stay down till you really up. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ain't know, this real conversation with D Tone, y'all. Now that's just the beginning. Is anything now you saying to this day, but I wonder, like 3 years in, all the way to today, anything is there any change that you can make mention of? I know you still you from day one, but is there
Yeah,
any growth as an artist? Talk about that.
I can say I growed a lot. I
Okay.
grow. Everybody grow. If you don't grow, you stay stagnant. And hey, the niggas I know that didn't, that didn't grow, they ain't around no more, or they somewhere where somebody telling them when to get up and eat and all that good shit. You see what I'm saying? So you got to grow. So I can say I can hear the growth when I listen to my first music to come up to now. I can't say I hear growth.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that say, and I'm trying to remember how it went. Everything that lives is either growing or dying.
Hmm.
I got you. Well, is there anything specific in what you how have you grown? Like, what do you do better? What do you do calmer? Like anything specific or just in general?
Just in general, man.
Word. The passage of time will do that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Where somebody who knew you, like it would probably be obvious to somebody who knew you back in that time as you detoned before the rap, and they come up now and be like, yo, you different, man. I mean, would you say that? Somebody who knew you?
Nah.
Or they still say the same thing? They still say
Yeah,
you was the same?
yeah. But
Interesting.
in growth as in person,
Yeah.
I ain't changed. I'm still the same person, but it's in growth though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So
So
like maybe a type of maturity or
yeah, maturity. Yeah.
word. I got
Mm.
you. I got you. Okay. Let me move past this one here. We flowing and we got another part of the real conversation here. Now I made mention of heroism and heroes. The
Mm.
thing about the villains that we end up facing, a lot of times, them villains are not necessarily something outside. It ain't like the Joker or like Lex Luthor or something like that. A
Mm.
lot of the villains that we face are internal. Saying you got inner demons, inner monsters. The big one with artists that I found is imposter syndrome.
What's
There was
that?
an artist, I ain't gonna name no names, but right at 99, with the group Fosnick that I was working with back in the day, we were at the radio station. I ain't giving them no pub, but they did a festival, and we were the opening act for that festival's a whole bunch of mainstream artists.
Mm.
The one of the co-headliners, female, she was out back on the loading dock. We were at the BJCC. She
Mm.
was out back at the loading dock and she had both her stomach, like her arms wrapped around her stomach, and she was rocking like she was nervous, like she had become like a little 12-year-old girl. And
Mm.
she was crying, like tears coming down her eyes. One of our producers, not Sam, Sam, the
Mm.
other Rod, saying Rod Prince. He was out there and he went and kind of put an arm around us, tried to console her, but she was shaking. Now
Mm.
she had went platinum by that time. And she nervous about a crowd in Birmingham, like, I don't know if they're going to like me.
Mm.
That is the monster of imposter syndrome, D-Tone. She done been on TV and everything, and she worried about 5,000 people in folding chairs in Birmingham who showed up. She could have turned around and farted on the mic, and it
Mm.
would have been fine. Of course, she was that fine, but I mean, still,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
would
yeah.
not have mattered. But she was still nervous because the demons were inside of her. Now, I don't
Why,
think
why,
that afflicts you, but if you got something to say about fighting those demons that either you could tell us or tell a younger you, it's
why
probably that.
hey, sound like she had anxiety or something. I don't know about no
It
demons,
does.
man.
That's what I'm saying. But for what reason, D? She had the look, she had the fame. Her brothers were actually in the act like I'm gonna give away too much, but I mean, hey, her brothers were immature. You know what I'm saying? At the
Mm.
time that group immature.
Mm.
So then, like, she was finna go on and she was just gonna do her two songs, and of course the crowd loved her. But
Mm.
what they didn't see is how nervous she was. Now it's not just her. Mike Tyson, before he had his first Olympic match, you
Okay,
remember?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was in
He-
tears.
look here, man.
Yeah,
That's I call that natural. I
Okay.
know I was on the stage one time in GA, man. You know, I was kind of nervous, but you know, I'm kind of lit too. The adrenaline rush from going out down the stage, doing what I do. By the time I left out that stage, I was sober, my nigga. You see what I'm saying? Just from the adrenaline, you pushing yourself out in front of a crowd to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice little rush too, man. You know,
Interesting. So
it's, it's like
it
a rush.
kind of,
So I can see what
yeah,
she was going through, but she just had to jump out there, you know, and do a thing. You know that when you do kind of like your best performances too, when you're a little nervous at first, you know, you got to go out there just rush it. You know what I'm saying? Put that feel behind you, just rush it,
that's
and go with the flow. You gonna feel what's going on. You know, like it's a nice little adrenaline rush, man.
that's a
Hmm.
wisdom, right? It's almost like opposing forces, but one being stronger than the other one. Like your will to go through and do what you're supposed to be doing and getting
Hmm.
that rush from it is gonna overpower the will of that inner demon.
Yeah,
I gotta imagine it's like that if you jump out of an airplane. Like if you're a paratrooper,
yeah, like
like
that too.
the
But I
fall will
ain't jumping
kill
on
you.
the airplane. Hey, I don't need that much adrenaline. You feel me? Hey,
Dude,
I don't need
you
that
and
much
me,
adrenaline.
you and
Nah.
me both. But at the point where you say, if I stay on the plane, I'm gonna crash and burn. If I jump out of the
Oh,
plane,
if it come to crashing and burn, I thought you were talking about jumping for fun.
oh yeah, no, I'm just saying like every time you jump, there's a possibility you hit the ground without the chute. But if you are one of them people who like, how do you do this? Then you
Yeah,
say, I do it because what I'm gonna get from it is way better than what I'll get not doing. All
yeah,
right, maybe it's not a depth. But I like
you
yours
right.
better, but I'll try.
You right.
But it's like when you push through and say like, you know what, I'm nervous about being on the stage, but when I get out there and rip, it'll burn that demon up. It's
Hmm.
gone. It's gone and ain't nothing left but exhilaration. I feel
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's the word. Okay. Like I said, folks, real conversation. It ain't gonna do nothing but get realer. Y'all better be ready. Stay ready. I told you. Okay, so now at this point, I talk about heroes all the time. I'm gonna go ahead and my mom, rest in peace. I give her her flowers and stuff because she was my hero. I ain't to say that my dad wasn't either stuff, but this is about her right here. So
Mm,
she was actually my superhero. One thing that she mused on because she drew her inspiration, of course, from us, from her husband, her mom, parents and stuff like that. But she also drew it from the book, the holy book, the good book. She ruminated on the first part of Psalm 46:10. I'm gonna do the new international version because King James do all the hithers and thons and stuff like that.
mm,
Her favorite verse part was "Be still and know that I am God," and
mm.
she used to break that thing down like bars. D, you'd have thought she was an MC. She was "Be still and know that I am God." That right
Yeah.
there is blessed assurance. Be still and know that I am. Remember, they call God the great I am. So
Hmm.
it's like in that way, he's there, seek him. Be still and know. All there is to know is with God. So just be still, chill, and listen. God's there. Then be still. Sometimes you running a mile a minute. Stop running. Don't
Hmm.
be too anxious about nothing. Don't be too angry. Don't be too anything. Take a breath, take a beat, meditate. And then when nothing else is left, just be. Sometimes you got to exist. You weather the storm, or you just wait, feel like forever, but you ain't doing nothing but waiting. And then let the storm pass or let the moment come. But you
Hmm.
at peace the whole time. All that said, the way she broke that down was bars. I wonder if you have a favorite scripture saying it ain't got to be biblical or from the Quran. It could be a verse that you wrote. You got any like, words like that, something saying that you think is wise that you can impart?
Ah, not right off, man.
Not right. Hey, if you think of it and say, "Oh, I got it," throw it in there and stuff. Usually, I mean, and
Hey,
it could be something like a short saying, like when the going get tough, tough get going, whatever. Ruminate on that. But
I
that,
got
if you can use that, I'm telling you, it's Psalm 46:10. I didn't pay half as much attention to it while my mom was here because she used to say it all the time.
you.
But now
Hmm.
that she's not, it's burned in. So it kind of way that wisdom stay with
Okay.
me. Word.
Mm-hmm.
So then let me see. So we done with the snacks and appetizers. I want to get into some main course type of stuff. Nothing too heavy, but certainly ain't gonna be as light.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in your hero's journey, you'd have stepped up, you'd have pushed past all of the doubt within, you'd have battled the monsters, set them on their way, burnt them up. You've already gathered the wisdom that you need to claim your space. Now, when you step to a table, and it might even be a table that you built, it's yours. When you step
Mm-hmm.
to your place at that table, that seat, that's yours. So now I got a four-parter here. When you step to that seat, the first thing that we know it's yours when you claim it. How would you say D Tone has claimed his space in this rap game?
I could say, as of right now, I'm still waiting on the right kick in right here. Like when you kick at the door,
Okay,
you see what I'm saying? I speak laid back, but my actions are what they say, actions speak louder than words or whatever.
yes.
Like I'm that type of individual, man. I like let my actions speak, man. Because anything else, you blowing in the wind. You feel me? You blowing in the wind, and I don't know, man. Like I said, anything else, you just blowing in the wind. I let my actions speak for themselves.
So then
Like,
instead of having to claim a space, if you do the type of work that you're talking about doing, people will see
mm,
you coming and get up out your chair. I feel that. Okay. Well, to that, I would say one of the things that, like, if you got a space, if you have a space and it's yours, and they get up out that chair,
mm,
normally when you sit down to it, you start, like you've been to like banquets and stuff where they have them dishes and all of the fancy forks and knives and whatnot.
yeah.
I don't know about you, but one of the first things I do, because it's a lot of extemporaneous stuff. I don't need all them forks and stuff. I need one fork. I'm gonna move all the stuff out the way. It's my space when I
Mm,
start moving all the extra cups. I start rearranging stuff or whatever. When you get in and you do things your way, because I'm sure you probably had some rap heroes, but when you get in your space and do your thing your way, you start cleaning up, rearranging, and you start doing you. In what way would you say you've arranged your career to show that you care about it, that it's yours, and you, like you said earlier, I'm not trying to be nobody else. I'm trying to be D Tone. How do you go about doing that in the rap space?
Well, in the rap space, I let the music speak for itself. Because see,
Okay.
nowadays, I mean, everybody connected. Online or whatever. Everybody connected, and like I get put onto a lot of different MCs or whatever through somebody else, or I'm just browsing. So when I browse and I hear something that I really like, I'm gonna stick on it. You see what I'm saying? I hear something that's mediocre, I'm like, I might check them out again sometime. It just I got a feeling that people ready for some real shit now. You know what I'm saying? I got a real strange feeling that people ready to hear some real shit. It's like some down to earth ass shit. Like um instead of the norm, man. Instead of the norm. It's a whole lot of life going on besides what you keep hearing now. You see what I'm saying?
Facts. I
And
mean,
like for me, most of my listening come from people saying real stuff. Like when I say real, like everyday type shit, stuff that didn't happen, just reality. You see what I'm saying? It's enough for the. I ain't gonna say it's enough. I'm gonna let them people do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna speak my way, but I can say most of the music I listen to, I like to hear lyrics over a tight beat, but most of the lyrics, somebody saying something, you know. As long as they're speaking to your soul too, as they speak. You see what I'm saying?
I know exactly what
So,
you're saying. I think that
yeah.
I've come to a realization just now. Actually, it's something that I realized back in the day, and I kind of pushed down because I didn't want to seem to be like the crotchety old man in the room. Then I realized I got too much gray hair in my beard to care about such things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I come to realize that we're living in an era now where the real is the exception. It used to be that you needed to craft, like you had A&Rs to come in and try to make you unique, try to present. You don't even have to do that now because so many people have access to make so much noise, and they doing all kinds of, all the way down to a filter. When you go live on Instagram, they put filters on. If
Yeah.
you just show up and be authentic, your authentic self, that's almost like you crafting like, ooh, who is this guy? And you thinking, they thinking like, how is D-Tone being D-Tone? And you already telling, you telling us over and over again, I've been D-Tone. The whole reason that I look different is because everybody else too busy trying to be different. And I'm telling you that I am. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Dopeness. Okay. That's something that I would have said like 10 years ago, but I'm telling you, D, ooh, if you wait on the industry to show you something different, you're gonna be waiting a lifetime, and they're gonna start digging, shovel, putting dirt on you,
Yeah.
trying to wait on them to give you different. So
Yeah.
you right. You absolutely right. The world is ready for it. Now I know that the third part we kind of started touching on it, but I'm gonna ask a specific question to it because the third tenet of a seat or a table, a space at a table being yours, is that
Hmm.
you start hosting others. Like if you at a table at a picnic and you see spaces and you see, some folks over there, you be like, hey man, come on over. You wave them over because it's your spot. How do you host and welcome other people, or have you brought people into your space to say, this is how we doing it over here? Sit down.
Who would the people be I be calling to the table?
That's a good question. I mean, it's like, would there be anybody? Because it could very well be that you would just say, like, nah, this is my table. I chill by myself. Or if you see somebody who is like, I see you got potential, but you need to do it this way, like maybe a youngin or something. But if it ain't none of them out there, there's your answer.
Nah, I wouldn't just call nobody to the table. But like I
Okay.
said, man, let me see how to put this. I like peace. I like peace, man. I like solitude. You see what I'm saying? I
I
like
feel you.
just chilling by myself sometimes. I love people, but I love me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I ain't gonna fuck over me. Put it like that. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I know I ain't gonna attempt to fuck over me. So you see what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
you
I
got to keep your. You see what I'm saying? I like me. So, but if somebody choose to gravitate around, then I ain't get your ass away from me. I ain't gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? No shit like that. It just
I get it. I know. I mean, the thing about it is, I don't, and I know that sometimes people who would present as relative loners or people who are comfortable being in their own space with themselves,
mm,
folks might like, oh, that's standoffish. It's not the
mm,
case. I think those people, I'm like that myself. I'm very comfortable with the concept of being alone. I'm not lonely. It
mm,
just ain't nobody else around, and I'm very cool with that. But if somebody else come around, I'm not gonna shoo them away.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's cool, be around and stuff like that. But it's so much as clamoring for people. Nah,
yeah.
okay, all right, we on the same page with that. I'm with that. Now, last question on that end. When you have a space that you claim, that you cleaned up, you rearranged, that maybe you welcome people into, maybe you chill, you just don't shoo them away. Last thing is, if it's yours, if anything is yours, you defend it, you fight for it. Is there anything in your space or in your brand of hip hop that you feel requires your defense?
Nah, cause my words speak for themselves. You know, therefore I ain't got to defend. What I speak. What I speak, I speak. This my mind. I'm speaking.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I don't talk to I barely even talk anyway. But I'm talking about I don't do the fit in game. I sit around and listen. I ain't got to throw my opinion in there. If I'm with family, or somebody I'm close with, I
Right.
might slide a little bit in there, just to debate, to see what's going on, see how everybody mind works. But I whatever I say, man, shall go because I don't freestyle. I'm a lyricist. I write, you know, I write. So I got time to sit down and think about what I'm gonna say. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna say what I need to say, and that's just my mentality. That's just my thoughts. You see it every all day online. You got people they'll chime in on some. Everybody got their own way of thinking. So whatever I say is I'm saying it for me. You see what I'm saying? And whatever I ain't gonna call it backlash, whatever. Just I mean, everybody got their own opinion, man.
Got you.
Yeah,
So you can let them fight with themselves because they ain't got
yeah.
no
'Cause
fight with you.
I
Yeah.
I said it and it's out there now. Let it be. You know what I'm saying? On my end. But if it's debatable, I'll listen. You know.
Okay. I
Okay.
go with that. I go with
Mm-hmm.
that.
Cause
I
like they
think
said, there's always three sides to a story. This person, that person, and then the truth. You see what I'm saying?
facts.
So,
Standing true.
mhm,
Facts.
so I got to
I go
listen
with that.
and learn.
I think that'll be your next moniker, Mister. I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? Fight amongst yourselves.
Uh,
All right. So now we at the table. We gonna go ahead while we waiting on the meal and let the beef cook a little bit. This right here, um, I think the story ends up being very similar, especially the folks, back when you doing it coming out of that region where we coming from,
yeah,
doing
Alabama.
what you do, trying to grow culture, and it's
Mm,
like I think it's similar to everybody's pockets that's not already like a hip hop, hotbed, and you trying to get out. Everybody's trying to get out. Don't nobody know. It's one of them things where like you run into challenges that are not necessary. You run into adversaries that are not necessary. And then there's what I call the ambiguous they. Like, you know what? I can't get on this station because of they. I can't get put on to this platform because of they.
of
Any
him.
number of things that hinder your success, there's this ambiguous they. To the extent that you can speak on it, who is they? What did they do to you? What did they try to stop? Just speak on they that you faced, or if it was even a problem.
I never had no problem because I don't believe in they or them.
Woo!
Not nowadays. They or them been gone. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Everybody connected now, man. I keep speaking on this internet thing. Everybody connected now, man. You ain't got to shuck and jive over there for Mr. Charlie and them to give you a percentage or a penny. You see what I'm saying?
Mm,
You ain't got to sign your life away to pay. They give you 50,000. You owe them 5 million. You see what I'm saying? I mean,
mm,
the math ain't math. You know. So what I'm saying is, I ain't no they or them. Can't nobody really hold you back but you. From what I've been,
mm,
from what I've been seeing, and experiencing. I mean, especially nowadays, it seemed like the day of the gatekeeper starting to fade away real fast. You see?
mm.
So,
I want to dig in that a little bit. You hit
mhm,
something that made me want to dig, and I believe you got something to say on it. There was a time because several artists of our ilk or of your ilk, I say R because with
mhm.
Fosnick, I didn't hold a microphone, but I mean, I wrote just as many checks and I
we
carried stuff.
we gonna have to talk about Fosnick too, man, because that
Yeah,
was one of my favorite groups, man. I didn't know that was y'all.
absolute,
I didn't know that
absolute.
was y'all niggas the later in life, man.
Well,
Real
my
talk,
thing about it,
real
absolutely.
talk.
Um,
All right.
my thing about it is that like you probably did what we did. Because I mean, back in the day when everybody wanted to be on this label or that label, they were
Mm,
taking the jerk deals, the good old 7 point deal. That
mm,
7 point deal was a nickel. It roughly worked out to a nickel off of every wholesale dollar. You
mm,
sell that record to a wholesaler to start the chain, you get a nickel off of a CD that's gonna sell $5.
mm,
So there's your 25 cents off that CD, and you out of there.
mm,
That CD is going to go on for sale somewhere between $15 and $20 retail.
Yeah.
The industry on a platinum record then sees $20 million potentially on your platinum because you sold 1 million units at $20 a piece. All you see is a quarter off of each of them dollars. You go platinum, I mean, a quarter off each one of them CDs. Sorry. So if
Mm.
you go platinum, a quarter times 1 million is a quarter million, $250,000. And it took a year for you to bubble and get that check back. In that year, you had to live. You got to pay your management. Heaven forbid, it's more than you in the group. That money just goes. And if they gave you an advance, it's gone. Now,
But listen,
that
who
said, wait a minute, let me finish. That
I got
said,
you.
that said, we didn't take the deal because 5 out of 6 of us in the group went to college, and each one of us potentially could have earned $50,000
Hmm.
a year. So that didn't make mathematical sense to us, just period. But how come if somebody came at you with that, I can't imagine you would take it. Or would you? I don't want to put words in your mouth, but why does that make sense or not make sense? And would you say that was they who got jerked by that deal, or would you say that was them themselves? Was it on them to take that deal and get jerked?
That's a two-way street. They
Okay.
could be fucked up at the time. You see what I'm saying? At the time they need their bread. But
Mm,
as time go on, they start to realize that they deep in the hole and they, would have been just being broke. You see what I'm saying? But I mean, we're in a day and age now where people just now they knowing they worth. They can get their worth. Some type of way they can get their worth of their work. You see what I'm saying? I
okay.
what kind of puzzled me um throughout my life is how you do the work.
That's
Bring
right.
me this work over here to where I stay, and I'm gonna give you a percentage of the work. I'm gonna pay you a percentage. I want all the work. It's gonna be mine, but I'm gonna give you a percentage. I'm gonna give you just a little bit, just a little bit to wet the tongue. But I'm up here eating like a fat rat off of your work. You see what I'm saying?
Mm, mm,
Now, I understand. I understand. I'm bringing it to you. You got the avenues. You got this, that, and the other. But damn, can I eat too? Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Off of what I brought you. That's like going out there and killing the deer. They give you the goddamn hoof to eat. You see what I'm saying? The damn hard part. You see what I'm saying? They give you four hoofs and a little bit of piece of tail to eat while they eat the whole goddamn deer. But you went out there, you sat out there all them days, you did all the baiting, all that the feed and try to catch this deer and kill it. But you bring it to them and they give you the hoof. That's the way it looked to me. And I like
that
my
is
whole deal. You see what I'm saying? Or I like a percentage of that deal that I can eat and be full for a couple of months. You see what I'm saying?
absolutely. I
And I
know.
don't know how you cook deer hoofs, but that's what they'll give you. You'll have to figure out how to cook it too. That's all I'm saying. It don't make sense to me. It don't. It never did.
Absolutely.
Especially now, like I keep saying, everybody connected now, man. Everybody connected. So however it go, it just don't make sense to me for real. If I don't know. If a man cut grass, I'm pretty sure he'll want to cut grass for a percentage of his money. You see what I'm saying? Right? You got to
Absolutely.
buy gas to keep cut. You got to buy gas to keep that lawnmower going. So
Right.
you spending your money, you spending all your time and money for them to pay you 50 cents out of the $60 you just made. Make that make sense. But they ain't out there in the sun getting nashed and stuff. They at the crib chilling up under AC. Wait, they ain't at the crib. They at the other crib over there in France. You see what I'm saying? Chilling. So it don't make sense, man. Mathematically, I mean, it been going on for years and years and years, but like they say, time bring about change, man. So I get to change around, but motherfuckers scared to look at it.
I think you're right. What's crazy about it, and I figured we would have come to the same conclusion. And so then a lot of times it'd be like, well, why didn't you just take the first deal and do better on the second deal?
You
Because
ain't.
exactly
It's
anybody
it's,
who
it's
who's
impossible.
anybody who go bend you over a banister and take you from behind is
Yeah,
not
Paul.
gonna let you up so that you can have your turn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not gonna do that. You gonna always be bent over. So that deal didn't make no sense. Now you did say with time comes change.
Mm-hmm.
There's another saying that is an opposite corollary to it. The
Mm-hmm.
more things change, the more things they stay the
Stay the
same.
same. Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Back in them days, when you had the 7 point deal, there was salvation for an artist who was willing to grind. They could get paid off of shows. Once they
Yeah.
get popular, you get, you own some popular label. You know what I'm saying? They say, "Ooh, I know MC such and such and DJ Hootie Hoop." Fine.
Mm-hmm.
So you get known. You show up to some, hole in the wall in Heflin, and you rocking, 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 and you get paid $10,000 for 20 minutes of work. So you
Mm-hmm.
hit licks. Now that money ain't residual. You always got to go get it. But hell, what else can you do? That's gonna get you that kind of money illegal. It's gonna get you that kind of money in that
Mm-hmm.
short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And you can double up and triple up if you sell merchandise, your images, you do commercials and stuff like that. Now, here's the thing where the more things change, they stay the same. They got the 360 deal now.
Mm-hmm.
The 360 deal for these labels that no longer have a use for an independent artist, they gonna take that money, the money that you were making on your own, now that they can't make money off of physical, like we're gonna press it up and we're gonna put that stamp of our
Mm-hmm.
label. Now that
Mm-hmm.
they can't make that money, they gonna say, D-Tone, you can be on our label again. And in exchange, all you got to do is when you go out and kill that deer, so to speak, like what you saying,
Mm-hmm.
now not only do you give us all of the deer, but when you sell the rights to the deer coat, that you're gonna make, and them deer hoof shoes that you're gonna make, we need a
Yeah.
piece of that too. Now that being
Mm-hmm.
the case, don't that sound the same way like that little jerk 7 point deal? And
Nah, you
people
know what?
still fall for the
Hey,
okey doke.
the 7 point deal sound way better than what they doing now with the stream.
So why would they fall for it again?
I, I don't damn know. I said, shit. I don't know. I mean, shit. I ain't figured it out yet. I ain't gonna try to look into it either. I'm
I
looking other
feel
ways.
you. I feel okay. That
Uh,
folks,
I don't know.
sometimes the real conversation is when you ask for what's the answers. I don't know
Mm,
the answers because I don't think like them. You know what I'm
nah.
saying? Okay. See, I see why we rock right there. We've never had this conversation before, but I could have already predicted that's what you was gonna say.
Uh,
Folks, real conversation with D Tone, and it's something that we need more of. I got a little bit more to do before we wrap up and let this man do what he do so y'all can see what the hubbub about. But a lot of times at this point in a conversation, especially with an artist, folks will ask, what's up? I want to go further and say what's now because we didn't talked about your journey, your philosophies, how you got here and how you hold it down.
mm.
But in so much as like what you got going on now, what would you want the people to know? Speak on that.
All right, right now I'm about to release actually two albums. I got Pitch Paper and Politics. That was my first album. What I'm finna release now is Love, Money or Neither. And my next album is called Money, Mayhem and Moonshine. So it's like I'm gonna do two albums a year. We'll discuss what's all behind that later. But them the albums that I'm releasing now. So they should be out very soon. I'm working with a cat, my producer, Ayo Element. He out of Connecticut, and we doing some big things, man. You know, well, y'all get a chance to hear it. So
You've been with AO Element for a minute though, haven't you?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I've been seeing that in the credits. I was like, okay. I was making sure. I was like, is there a new AO Element? Oh, okay, all
Not the
right.
same one, the same one, man.
Hey
Yeah,
man, rock with the ones that brung you, man. That sounds
yeah.
like sound politics right there.
And so I ain't really worked with like two producers, you know what I'm saying, from album to album. See, on that Piece Paper Politics, that was Sam Peasy, Sam Adams, Sam
That's
Peasy.
right. The goat.
Yeah. He
That's
did that
right.
whole album, and it's crazy. But I took a break, and then I dropped Love, Money or Neither. Sam produced half of that, and Ayo Element produced the other half.
Okay.
So, and that carries on to Money, Mayhem, and Moonshine, where Element he produced that whole album. So,
Right.
like I said, both of them niggas fire. You know what I'm saying? Both of the
Absolutely.
producers fire. Like
Absolutely.
however you want to take it. I got two fire producers that I done work with on full albums. I'm gonna say it like that, on full albums, my solos.
Facts.
So yeah. So you got good listening pleasure, man. So that should be coming out real soon.
So for people who don't know up to this point, I'll tell you, do your Googles. Um, Certainly you could come to OjonesMusicFest.com.
Hmm.
OjonesMusicFest everywhere. OjonesMusicFest. It's spelled how it sounds. You follow that, you find artists like D-Tone, then follow him, and that'll keep you up. I'm gonna give
And
you
what I
about
do, I also put a link on O Jones
okay,
page. So then
okay.
you can just click the link and come see my music, however it go.
Absolute.
You
That's
know.
what I was gonna have you read it out, but yeah, that'll work as well.
Hmm.
Um, what I wanted to do, as we kind of close out the talk section here, I know that you're the hero of your own story. I think that a lot of people would be better served in this life if they allowed themselves to star in their own story.
Hmm.
But there are supporting cast. There's people who helped you along the way, who inspired you, who checked you when necessary.
Hmm.
Those people, give them their props, their shout outs right now.
I can't do that, man. You should have told me that earlier. I'd have wrote a list, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to leave. Oh man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't even
Okay,
want to go that far, man. Cause like I said, I, I go back years, man. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
From down in place to the Valley Hill, you know what I'm saying? Just different spots and people, man. And I'm talking about like for the Oakdale Elementary. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I go back.
It's it's hilarious. I know these places that you like. When you
Yeah,
said Rosedale,
still my
and
Heights kindergarten. So
absolutely,
I got to start from there and come on back up. Cause them niggas I know then is still the niggas I know now. We we see each other. Boom, back. You know what I'm saying? Same shit, man. Like I said, it's just weird, man. Like I said, I don't need a list, so I don't forget nobody, man. So,
here's the thing, and
mm,
I'll impart this wisdom only because, like, I'm showing a whole lot more grades than yours and stuff, so you got something to look forward to.
mm,
But I will say this, and it takes some of the sting. You will still cry over coffins, certainly, because people who mean something to you will mean something to you, and when they're gone, you'll hurt them.
yeah.
However, it takes some of the sting out if you make sure that they know, like literally say the words to them how much they meant. So if you don't have a big enough list ready for me now, ready for them now, ain't as important. But those people who would have been on that list, if they know, if you've already told them, you know what, I love you. You know what, I wouldn't be here without you. You know what, it's because of you I keep going, and sometimes I can't stand your ass. If you tell them, that's what's important. So the
Mm.
list here, don't worry about it. You make sure you tell them, and that's from an old guy to a young one.
And throughout my career, I
Yeah,
will be speaking on those. I got some time to go, man. So I got time to speak
you
on those who,
definitely do,
you see what I'm
sir.
saying, throughout the years, you know. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Now, lastly, I want to ask. I mean, you already made the offer, and I will humbly accept you linking on our social media and our web
Mm.
pages and stuff like that. Put the link to follow. But right now, just right quick, if you got a couple of handles, like it's two things that I actually want: how we can keep up with you, and also if there is a current thing. It might not even be yours. If there's some kind of cause, some call to action. How can we support what you do, what you care about, and keep up with you? Give us that.
What I do
Mm,
is I give you the links and you just put them at the bottom of the screen. However, we're gonna do that. You know
okay.
what I'm saying,
Okay.
that's
All
so
right.
I don't leave out nothing. I don't get nothing wrong or whatever.
You be worried about, man. Ain't nobody go hate on you for that.
And I ain't worried about them hating no more. I just want to get it right. You feel me?
I feel
I
that.
don't want to say something and send them the wrong way and then be like, damn, this shit don't even pop up and all that shit. I want to
Man,
get my shit like mastered just right. You know what I'm saying? As
real
far as my
conversation.
links to link me up to. That's why I was saying I send it to your page, then they hit the link and then they come to me. So in the future.
Real conversation.
Hmm.
Folks, I think we have dined. We started with the snacks and sweets, and we came all the way through and back to dessert again and stuff. I want to wrap us up here. I want to say thanks for checking out the latest real conversation from Oh My Talking Head, a production of Oh No He Did ENT Entertainment under the auspices of Cottrell Jones Multimedia, respectively and respectfully. You can find us most everywhere online at Oh My Talking Head. That's OHMYTALKINGHEAD at Oh No He Did ENT. That's OKNOWHEDIDENT and at Cottrell Jones COTTRELLJONESMM. All of these are highly Googleable. I assure you, so do your Googles. If you would please look us up and hook us up with a like, share, and follow. I want to thank my guest D Tone for coming so far and doing so well. How you feel, man? You like
I
this? You
feel
like this talking?
I feel good, man. I feel good.